What's up, everyone? The Celtic Doom here again. I do apologize about the late release of the spell of the week. As you see in the previous Monster Monday video, I've had a pretty busy weekend, and not for the fun shopping aspect of it. But anyway, I'm here now, and we're going to be talking about the spell of the week. Now, one of the things that was interesting that had been released recently is the Unearthed Arcana for the Druids. Now, I haven't played a Druid really that in 5th edition before. I've seen them played. I feel like they definitely add a different level of effect, especially like if you play Horde of the Dragon Queen. Those of you that have played through that campaign know what I mean when it comes to how important Druids can be. We actually had a conversation most recently in our campaign involving that storyline there, and you know, when my character, in becoming a member of the Emerald Enclave, went into great detail as to how effective Druids can be. Now, in honor of that, what I'm going to go through today is, for the spell of the week, we're going to look at Druid Craft. It's, you know, basically the Prestidigitation, Thaumaturgy, it's the equivalent that the Druids have. You know, it's a cantrip. You know, I love cantrips. I feel like a good portion of our first spell of the weeks will be revolving around cantrips, because there's a lot of really useful cantrips, obviously. It's interesting how, you know, because you'll see some first level spells and think, you know, why isn't that a cantrip? But at the same point in time, you'll look at the cantrips and just see that there's so much utility there. I feel like building a class around, or a character around, like a lot of cantrips, like high cantrips, maybe taking Magic Initiate multiple times and being completely cantrip based utility could definitely be interesting. We might look into that on one of our Flair and Flavor Fridays, depending on if you would like to see that or not. Now, anyway, the Druid Craft is a transmutation cantrip. The casting time, 1 action, range 30 feet, verbal somatic. You know, I like it because you don't have to worry about having a component. I know some cantrips require components. Instantaneous. Whispering to the spirits of nature, create one of the following effects within range. So, you know, you're basically invoking the power of nature that has been given to you. You create a timely, harmless sensor effect that predicts what the weather will be like at your location for the next 24 hours. The effect might manifest a golden orb for clear skies, a cloud for rain, falling snowflakes for snow, and so on. This effect persists for 1 round. So, I mean, it's kind of neat, you know. I mean, you basically get to be an anchor man. You know, I mean, it's one of those things that, you know, I suppose if anchor men were Druids, they wouldn't be wrong. You instantly make a flower blossom, a seed pop open, or a leaf bud bloom. For those of you that are a fan of Princess Mononoke, that could be fun to do. Just walking around and constantly casting, you know, the transmutation cantrip Druid Craft, and just making flowers and stuff bloom while you walk. You know, it could be, especially for like elves. I feel like this is a must-have cantrip for like high elves and stuff, because I feel like it could really drive home your grace and superiority, depending on what the elven standpoint in your universe is. You create an instantaneous harmless sensory effect, such as falling leaves, a puff of wind, the sound of a small animal, faint odor of a skunk. The effect must fit in a 5-foot cube. And again, I mean, the thing I love about Prestidigitation, Druid Craft, and Thaumaturgy, they are the flair cantrips. And as many of you have seen in my other videos, I'm very big on flair and flavor. Now, it's interesting because, you know, how could you use this? You know, if you have falling leaves, you know how like the wood elves can be lightly skewed and then disappear, or what is that? I believe it's Ranger level 9, something like that. They have the ability to make a hide check while just being lightly covered, and I do believe that is the wood elf. You know, could we use that for that? You know, I mean, somebody find the answer, put it in the comments. Now with that, you instantly light or snuff out a candle, a torch, or a small campfire. Now that could definitely be interesting for rogue aspect of it. I mean, you know, I don't know if many of you would combine Druid Craft with rogue, but, you know, there's like no easier way to, you know, either A, distract an enemy by lighting, you know, by making a torch go out, gather their attention to that location, or, you know, just making a room dark for a moment and then doing what you gotta do. Now, we did go over that with Druid Craft. Obviously, Thaumaturgy and Prestidigitation are very similar, but that's all we have for the time for today, folks. So thank you so much for tuning in to this spell of the week. This is Celtic Doom, over and out.